All right. So we move on to multivalent metals in this video. This is where you end up with the Roman numerals. And the reason for this is well beyond the scope of Science 10 in terms of why do they form distinctly different ion charges. But the big thing here that you need to remember is that if there is more than one possible ion charge for the metal, and it's only going to ever be for the metal, you need to use a Roman numeral. The Roman numeral tells you the charge of the ion. So if I have the formula, this is actually the hardest version of this kind of a problem. If I start with the formula and have to come up with the name, I'm going to have to do a little bit of detective work. And I always start with the nonmetals. So let's take a look here. I'm going to actually compare two different compounds. Fe, Cl2, and Fe, Cl3. All right. Now with both of these, we have iron, something. And when we look on our periodic table, we're going to find out that iron can be either 2+ or 3+. And so even though one of those two is more common than the other, once we're given a formula, we don't care which one's more common. We're actually caring about which one we have in front of us. And so in this case here, I know that iron is going to need a Roman numeral. I need to look first of all at my nonmetal, at my chloride. And now this tells me, the 2 tells me there's 2 of them. I look on my periodic table, I find out, oh, each of them is a Cl minus. Same rule as before. I need to have the same number of pluses as minuses. At this point, I don't even need my periodic table. I see, oh, this is going to be iron, and it's got to have a 2+ charge. So when I write this thing down, for this particular one, it's going to be iron, Roman numeral 2, harder to write with a mouse, chloride. The Roman numeral 2 again tells me what the charge is on that iron ion. All right, now let's look at the second one here just to kind of hopefully nail the thing down, right? This means, the Cl means that there's 3 of these chloride ions. So now I have 3 minuses. I know the first one is really long for a minus, but we're just going to go with it. That means I need to have the same number of pluses. I only have 1 iron to get that way, so this is Fe, 3+. And this thing is going to be iron, Roman numeral 3. Yikes. Chloride. All right. That's actually the tougher question because you have to do a little bit of detective work. Now, I could have something that's a little bit harder than this, right? I could have something like U so UAS2 or U3AS4. All right, so let's figure both of these ones out. I'm going to have to make this a bit smaller so we can get there. All right. The U, now I got to find this thing on my periodic table. This is going to be some kind of uranium. And I see right away, oh, uranium. That can be 4+ or 6+ once I find it. And I know that sometimes is tricky. So then I'm like, okay, it's going to be a Roman numeral. I don't know which one it is until I figure out, okay, AS. Oh, that's arsenic. Oh, arsenic is 3 minus. Hey, I've got 2 of these 3 minuses. That means my uranium has to be a total of 3 plus 3, 6 plus. And so this becomes uranium. Roman numeral 6. Arsenide. Perfect. Let's look at this one. Again, same deal to start with, right? I've got U3AS4. Oh, U is uranium. Ah, it can be 6 plus or 4 plus. Now, chances are pretty good this is going to be 4 plus, given I just figured this one out for 6 plus, but let's pretend we don't know that. Arsenide. Okay, well, I've got 4 of those. So AS 3 minus. I can write them all down. I will here. At some point, you're going to get much quicker at this that you won't need to write them all down. But it's not bad practice. I know it's a bit of writing. If I can do it with my mouse, you can do it with a pen or a pencil, though. 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 12 minuses here. That means I need to have 12 pluses. And I look at this, and well, if it's 6, I'd only need 2. Right? 2 of the 6 plus versions would work. So it's got to be, oh, 3 times 4 is 12. Yeah. U4 plus, U4 plus, and another U4 plus. And so this one here is the 4 plus version of uranium. And so I have 3 of those. Yeah, that works there. 4 of the arsenides. Yep. This thing I would name, so let's just make sure I'm not confusing the two, as uranium, Roman numeral 4. Struggling here. Uranium, Roman numeral 4, arsenide. Now, sometimes with these ones, really the hardest part is finding the silly thing on the periodic table. And the only way to get better at that is to keep practicing. Keep looking at the periodic table, keep doing questions, keep trying your best. Thanks.